Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome back to the OS Rick Project. I hope you're having a wonderful time. The only podcast that promises not to kick you out if you listen to other podcasts. Um, Guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Tuesday, December 6th. And work's been busy. It's been nuts, so the schedule's been a little bit off. But you know what? It's fine. We're gonna make it work once we get past this time, and it'll be back to a normal steady schedule. But how you guys been? Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been playing video games, or exercising, or watching some TV shows, or just hanging out with friends and family during this time of year. Um, Thank you very much for hanging out. Let's get right into it, guys. So I've been playing Devil May Cry 5. Been having a good time. So once I realized that I was playing on baby mode, I had to change that. I had to rectify it, correct it, fix it. Cause I'm not a baby. I play my games at least normal difficulty, right? At least normal difficulty. We're not gonna start super easy. So I've been doing that, going back, playing that on normal mode, which I didn't know honestly, because it says what's your difficulty? You want Demon Hunter for veteran players of Devil May Cry, or you want human mode for uh, just playing the like barely getting into the franchises. But anyways, it's done. So I've been playing some Devil May Cry 5. I've been having a blast. I'm still up in the air. I was talking to my buddies on Discord about getting into Monster Hunter Rise. And I want y'all's opinions, guys. If you're listening in, let me know what you think of the game because I want to play it. I've always felt that Monster Hunter World. And remember, guys, this is my opinion. It's very limited. This is my perspective. Um, Monster Hunter World felt like to me when I played it back when was that you needed several people to get most of the monsters down, and I'm not too much of a fan of that. Having to play with other people, not well, of having a dedicated set of friends to play with. Giving my schedule, I'm giving a bunch of BS excuses, I know, but given my schedule, it's so freaking random. I don't know when I'm going to be home. I didn't want to just say that I'm going to be there, and then something happens, and work runs late, but that was what my reason for not wanting to stick around with World. I heard a lot of good things about it. Again, talking to my friends about Monster Hunter Rise. Look, from what I've gathered, they kind of streamlined some things you could zip through, and maybe doing playing single player is more accessible, and you can get farther with it. So I'm up in the air about it. I'm gonna see. I missed the autumn sale on it recently on Steam, but I'm pretty sure it'll come back around. I mean, it's like the sales on Steam are like buses. You wait around enough, though, one will eventually show up, right? So I've been messing around with that. I've also got back into playing and streaming Guilty Gear Strive now that Kai Kiske I'm sorry, Sin Kiske has been released, and I actually went up against him a couple times, and I'm gonna have to learn that character with the rest of the cast too. But he has some cool stuff. I like how he plays. I like how he looks. I think he is. I like the character model, the way what his moves are. So I kind of, if I pick one up, it might be him. It might be him, guys. And I'm still upset at that Steam didn't have Season 1 Character Pass on sale. No, I take the back. It's not Steam's fault. Arc Systems. Arc System didn't have it. Steam, my bad. I think that's ridiculous. But anyways, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I've been looking at Sin and he looks pretty cool. I want to try him out. And then pretty soon, we're gonna have an update for Guilty. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I've been playing some Guilty Gear. I've been having fun. Been going unga bunga with freaking with Leo. That guy's freaking bananas. Um, and it was a little rusty trying to get back in the game after a month and a half, 2 months off. But after I started getting some wins, I'm like, okay, and some losses, I started to get back into the rhythm of things, and man, it I really do enjoy just playing against other people online and going up against a bike and like, okay, when is it safe? And then, oh, okay, it's still not safe, or I gotta look out for this, or this is when I kind of get a move in, or what should I look out for. And it makes it just even more fun when you have chat or your buddies with you, and just and giving you comments and strats and ideas and everything. And when I'm playing, guys, I tell everybody, who's watching me play, like, look, call me out if you see me doing something stupid, or if I'm falling for something or whatever. I mean, don't be like, oh, geez, Rick, you'll get up next time. No, I don't need none of that. Just tell me, like, hey, Rick, you're doing this too way too much. Back up on this. Look out for this, or start mixing this up. You're being too predictable. I mean, just call me out, because honestly, that's the way I'm going to get better. I mean, 100%. Um, so I've been playing those two games. Persona 5 when I get a chance to on the evenings. I just finished. I just wrapped up the second palace. So I just gotta send out the calling card, and I'll be once I defeat the boss, I'll just be doing the rest of the after school activities, trying to bring up the bond levels. I'm trying my best, guys, that on this playthrough on the Switch, that I get the max confidant levels on certain characters, so I can get into the third semester. And I think there was another palace, I believe, you could get into. So that's what I'm gonna aim for on this time. So the first two times when I played the game, first three times I played the game, two times, yeah, vanilla and regular royal. I just went off of just how I wanted to play the game. I want to hang out with this person. I want to do this activity. I wanted to work up on this skill and whatever, be proficient in that. On this one, I'm not going to be hesitant on looking things up on what to do, because I like the game and I want to enjoy everything. And the game doesn't tell you, hey, this is what you got to do. You got to do. You have to actually look at guides to help you, navigate it and talk to certain people and what to do. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. Like I said, but I play that game, when I have, after doing whatever and I'm laying down, I got an extra 45 minutes, an hour. So I just play on Switch. I did play a little bit of Near Automata. That game surprisingly really surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like it. You see 2B running around in that little outfit, and you're thinking, oh man, just a little fan service, whatever. And it is, but there's much more to it. There's a lot more to the story, to the way the game plays and unfolds, and the mechanics and everything. And I'm really having a blast. At first I didn't understand the whole plug-in chip system, but now that I'm getting a feel for it and making my character, customizing them to make them super offensive or super hack, so it's been really fun, guys. And again, I know I've said this already, but if you have not played Near Automata, I always say Automata or Automata. I always bounce between the two. Give it a shot, guys. Give it a shot. I really do wholeheartedly say that you should try that game. Again, the Switchboard has been pretty good to me. I've been enjoying it. I've only had one issue with it, but beyond that, though, the game's been phenomenal. What else, guys? I guess since we're talking about Guilty Gear, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Arc System and Guilty Gear. They recently had, I think, a Arc Revo tournament, but I missed it, guys. I didn't watch it. Sue me. I'm sorry, guys. I think it was in Japan, so I'm not too sure. Um, but they did say the winter update is coming out on the 15th, if I recall correctly. And looking at other people tweeting some information out, they say once they like the game finds an opponent for you, you'll be able to see the ping and see the connection, the latency. So I'm really excited about that, because there's some times where you know 90% of my experiences on online matches in Guilty Gear have been positive. There's always one that's just like, man, I really wish I just didn't get into that. So I'm really excited to see that. And with that being said, I'm liking how fighting games now, different game companies are not one company is doing something better than the other. They each have something that really shines and makes things, just making the online experience better. So seeing this, I hope other companies will start adopting this into the system, or or have some way of showing you, to letting you know that, hey, this is the connection with this opponent, whether it's stable or not, or indicators or something. Because I mean, I think NRS did that, letting you know if if your opponent's on Wi-Fi or they're hardline, and I think that's a really great idea. And then Arc System doing this with Guilty Gear, where you get to see your opponent's connection. I think that's another good idea also. So I've been super excited, and I can't wait. And they said they're gonna. Oh, they also said, guys, for Guilty Gear Strive players, I know it's like only one of y'all listening. They said they're gonna start. Where they're working on a crossplay for Xbox and having a release for Xbox, which is great, because I've been talking about that now that ever since the pandemic, online has been very important to have. A robust online system is important to have, but now you also want to get that crossplay. You want to get as many players as possible, to it's for them to play against, because the more people there is to play, the better. Because I mean, I've heard stories about matchmaking on these other fighting games where it's just, or there's no one available, or it's just not that many people online because it's stuck to only PC or stuck to only play console of some sort. So I'm excited for that. Arc Systems and what they're doing with Guilty Gear, I've been having a blast. I know some people aren't a fan of it or something. Me personally, I've been enjoying it. I've been having so much fun, and I'm streaming it, playing it, learning it. It's just the only thing. My only complaint is sometimes is how Arc System handles the, you know, why some stuff isn't like on disc on itself. But I mean, that's just minor. I mean, at the end of the day, if I really want it, I'll get it. So we'll see. Also on Arc System, DNF Duel, they're going to be getting their Grand Balance patch. They're going to have a new DLC character. I think it's called named Spectre. And what else? Oh, they're also working on a Switch version of the game. So when it comes to fighting games and it comes on the Switch, I always feel like if someone, I guess, wants to do some practicing, wants to lab up some combos while they're out and about, I guess that's one way of doing it. But I never felt like the Switch was a good option to play fighting games. And that's just me personally. Okay. Because first of all, um, I don't know if there's any peripherals at like arcade sticks. There might be some like third party, but I don't think there's any first party like arcade sticks. I don't know if Hori makes them for, or Vitrix or any X arcade stick manufacturer makes anything for the Switch. I have to check. I don't think there is though. I've seen some game pads. Maybe I've seen some game pads. I'm not too sure that are meant for like fighting games. But even then, if you're playing on handheld, it's, as much as I enjoy the Switch, there's some issues if you trying to play super fast with the fingers on the. If you're trying to play really fast with your hands on handheld mode, the buttons they're really small. The joysticks are kind of not flimsy, but they're just not. They don't feel like they're most reactive and stuff. Well, moving them doesn't feel the most. It doesn't feel fluid. That's what I'm trying to say. And then it comes down to, if you're playing on handheld, you're probably connected to Wi-Fi, which isn't probably going to be your best connection. Maybe if you have a OLED Switch which has a built-in LAN port, or you buy the device that gives you a LAN port onto your dock, then maybe that could be a way of doing it. But I always felt like being on the Switch, it's not your first choice. If that's your only choice, go ahead. Do what you want. But yeah, DNF Dual, seeing this, when the game first came out and they didn't announce any like season one character passes, I was kind of like refreshed. I was like, wow, that's cool, man. They're not, they're not having characters already fleshed out and then putting them behind a paywall and making you having to get them day one. But after a while, though, there was like nothing. I mean, at least one of them. And I'm not saying like I don't want characters to ever come out, but you know how sometimes, remember the days of back in the 360 era days where you buy something on the game and the DLC is already on the disc. It's like, man, you guys are coming in this with an angle, man, like for sure. If it's something that they worked and developed along the way, I think I would feel better about it. But with DNF Duel, nothing came out. I think there was like there was like a little balance patch a month or two after release, and then after that, like it just became radio silent, and little by little the numbers started dwindling. And when I played it, I had fun. And if you wanted to play something that has just big buttons with big effects and just a crazy off the wall, busted ass combos, I mean, this is a game for you. And like I said, it was fun, but after a while, it's like, okay, this is cool. This, I mean, not bad, but I want to play something else sometimes. Maybe something where has a little bit more layers or something. So we'll see. Is it too little, too late? Maybe, but the fact that they're still willing to do something even after being quiet about the game, that's a good sign. If anything, if it brings another resurgence to the game, brings it another breath of life, I think that'd be super good. Because in the end of the day, I just want to see fighting games get represented and just be played because you always hear, man, I wish I was good at fighting games, or this game fighting games are too hard, or blah blah blah. Everybody has an OS on why they want to duck when it comes to fighting games, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. To me, I do feel fighting games are hard because I mean you have to know, you have to learn, execute how to execute your character's moves. When are you safe, when are you minus, learn certain matchups, learning to do all, just so much to do. And of course, if there's not other people playing with you, it's just not that much fun, because at the end of the day, playing fighting games with your friends, I mean, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that at all, and a lot of games now, they're just so easy to just pick up and play. You see the battle royales, and I mean, that's not no knock to them, but I mean, there really are just, you pick them up, you die, you're right back in the game. You don't really lose nothing. I mean, in fighting games, if you're just getting beat, for the next 90 seconds to you, the game's not going to finish until they beat the pummel the crap out of you, and then you start seeing perfects, you getting perfect on. It's like, man, that's just not fun. And I've been there, done that. I know how it feels. So, like I said, fighting games are hard, and hopefully, I just want to see more of them come up. So we'll see with the DNF Duel. I'm excited for it. So with the Guilty Gear Winter Update, DNF Duel, there's a lots. Fighting games are in a good place right now. If anybody says otherwise, I think they're wrong. But I think whether Street Fighter Five, it's at season 5, it's in a really good spot. Luke might be a little strong, but you know what? That's fine. I don't care. Guilty Gear has something coming out. DNF Duel is going to have something coming out. Tekken 8 has something, hopefully, fingers crossed, announced for uh, the Game Awards, which is coming out on Thursday. So hopefully, maybe Street Fighter Capcom might have something, another character announcement. That's what I'm thinking they're going to have at the Game Awards. Similar to what they did with Summer Game Fest, where they announced the Guile trailer. I wouldn't be surprised if Thursday they announce another character. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, it's somebody like that out of the blue that we haven't seen in a while. Like, new characters are cool, and we know we're gonna get some new characters for sure. But when you have like a big spotlight like that, like the Game Awards, I think naming a fan favorite, one that probably hasn't been in the franchise, Dudley, will be announced in the game. So I'm excited for that. So like I said, yeah, if people say, well, fighting games are in a bad spot right now, I don't think they know what they're talking about. That's my opinion. At me. I did see, just looking around, guys, and take this with the biggest grain of salt, because like I said, I just saw on Twitter and everything, but I saw rumors of a possible Metal Gear Solid remake in development for the PlayStation 5. That would be dope. I would get that day one. Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games. It's one of the first games that I said to myself, like, wow, this voice acting is super cool. They can make this game into a movie. I mean, it basically is a movie. You got these awesome cutscenes. And Kojima, he's an accomplished story writer. So, at Metal Gear Solid, it was one of the first ones to get everything in motion and just show you the power of how powerful this media can be, in the form of a video game. So, if it's true, great. If it's not, well, there's no lack of great games coming out, especially Q1 for 2023. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm just going down the list, guys, of what I wrote down. Game Awards coming out Thursday. You guys probably know my opinion on this already. I think they're fun to watch. I'm always excited about great game reveals, game trailers, game announcements, game news. That's always to me the what makes what looking at the Game Awards, a spectacle, something to enjoy and watch. Is getting the information on future updates and releases. The whole when they have some musical performances, I really don't care. I think last year they had Imagine Dragons from Arcane. Okay, cool. And sometimes I'll have people come out, kind of like act out something. The whole Shang-Chi guy, what's his name? The actor, he came out, and that was kind of. And then they had Deborah Wilson coming out acting like Amanda Waller for the Suicide. That game's that game's still coming out. It's been a while, but anyways, when it gets to that, I'm like, yeah, sure, cool, whatever. Just give me the game news, and then whoever wins game of the year, cool. I don't care. I mean, honestly, if Elden Ring gets it, great. If they don't get it, I'm still gonna play the game. So it doesn't matter. It's still my favorite game. And I said this before, guys. No matter what game, random X media company says is the game of the year, whatever the game that you love, that you enjoyed playing, and is in your heart of hearts the game of the year, that's what it is, man. It is. It doesn't change. Just because another game, according to them, is better or is gets the award, doesn't take anything away from your game. So just go into that, guys. You know, and that's something. Oh, that's a rant. That's a rant. It's a tangent that I'm gonna save for my stream. Don't worry about it, guys. So yeah, Game Awards coming around. I'm excited for it. Panda Esports, Nintendo, and some hot water, shutting down other Smash tournaments. I really don't care. You guys could probably look that up if you're interested. It is what it is. You want to do something about it? Boycott Nintendo. Oh, but you like playing Tears of the Kingdom? You want to play the next Pokemon game? You want anything Nintendo? Oh, you're gonna buy their stuff again? Yeah. So good luck with that, guys. Look, when something starts becoming super esports and you let these companies come over and able to shut down grassroots events with cease and desist letters or litigation action, yeah, that sucks. So that's one of the reasons why I don't care much for fighting games to go esports. So not that Smash is a fighting game, but it is what it is. What else are we looking at, guys? Witcher 3 X Fortnite crossover. Does Fortnite do anything original at all? I don't play a Fortnite, guys. All right, I'm one of those guys that just sits back and throws shade at it and hates it because I don't play it and I don't like it. It's a game for Zoomers and shit. But I see that, I'm like, you guys don't do anything, huh? Well, this other game doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't care. It's Fortnite. Yeah, I just like at least with Smash, when a character was announced for that, you see Sakurai talk about all the moves and why they're in there and why their taunts are like this or why their moves are like this, and actually breaks it down and actually is like a nod at to the character. That's awesome. I like that. I like seeing that. But when you see it just come out into a skin that comes out into Fortnite, it's like, what of that character's personality is coming into the game? Nothing, just the skin. So now you get to see Geralt do the stupid floss dance and all that good stuff. So man, I hope you guys enjoying that. I hope you guys have y'all's wallets ready just to like keep encouraging just stupid bullshit like that. Because honestly, at the end of the day, it's like, what is it doing for you? You got all these 50 skins. You're gonna use one of them. Cool. Good job. Keep supporting that. I'm glad you're happy. Fortnite's getting the Unreal Engine 5. That's pretty cool. I think we've all seen like tech demos of what the Unreal Engine 5 can do, and that was like maybe 2 years ago that we saw something like that, maybe even longer. Um, I'm I'm interested in how other games are going to be adopting it and using it, but it's also going to depend on how well these companies can utilize it. I know for a while, I want to say Capcom was using the Unreal Engine for their fighting games, and I don't know if they were able to get it fully utilized to reduce the input lag. And that's honestly going, in my opinion, guys, that's going to be very, very important, is how well can these companies use the system to make the character as responsive as possible, down to the the minimalist of latency possible. and I talked about this in the previous episode. Me looking at the RE engine that Capcom is develop or is using for Street Fighter Six. Again, I wasn't sold on it, but if this is Capcom's engine and they could really push it to make it the best, most responsive fighting Street Fighter ever using RE engine, I'm all for it. So, yeah, I mean, looking at the tech demo for the Unreal Engine, it looks pretty. I can't deny that it really is. But honestly, games are just it's visuals are just skin deep. It could look pretty, it could look nice, that's cool. But beyond that, it's always gonna be gameplay is king, guys. 100%. Don't forget that gameplay is king. It doesn't matter how pretty it is, no matter how much RTX or DLSS or how pretty the water looks like. That's all fine and dandy, right? Dandy. It's all fine, but at the end of the day, it boils down to how fun is this game? How good is it? Because it is. This is a game. This is a game. There's winners or losers. If you want to watch something pretty, you want to watch a movie, by all means, go watch a movie. You go play, go watch God of War. Um, but yeah, what's going on that. Going back onto segueing into Capcom and the RE engine, the second closed beta for Street Fighter 6 will be, I believe, on the 16th through the 18th. And this will be for the PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC only. So this is for current gen only. Okay, guys? Not next gen, current gen. This is the consoles that are out now, the ones I just listed, is current gen. Okay? So if you're playing on the old stuff, move on. Just move on. Like, honestly, do some budgeting, save some money, get yourself a PC, because if you're so stuck on that PS4, you're not doing yourself any favor at all. You're doing yourself a disservice, honestly. If you're like an enthusiastic gamer, not a filthy casual, but you're like you really enjoy your games. You want the best, not only just visuals, but you want the best gameplay. You want the best performance. It's time to move on, guys. Seriously, if you're still hanging on to this antiquated consoles, move it. I mean, honestly, I mean, there's bots that can allow you that games are coming out, consoles are coming out. I'm seeing more and more, brick and mortar stores are being coming in stock inventory with the new consoles. Same with GPUs. You have so many options. CPUs. You name it, guys. Do yourself a favor. Upgrade. You have to, all right? Because if you're still going to be stuck in the past, I mean, you're just going to remain there, okay? But seeing how Capcom is focusing on the current consoles, I think that's a good sign. And they said they will include an input delay reduction feature that uses 120 hertz to reduce input delay. So I'm glad that Capcom is looking at that. They want to make sure this game is super crisp, super responsive. You can react to things. I think that's gonna make it best. Again, someone y'all might be listening, and be like, "Oh, I don't care." Well, yeah, because you're probably a casual fighting game fan, and that's fine. But the people who are really into it, that love it, that are part of the FGC or just fans of fighting games, and just this is their main jam. I think this is great. I'm glad. Again, it feels like every company that makes fighting games is slowly doing their own thing to make it all better. And I'm excited for that, So I want to see what these other people do. But hearing this from Capcom, I think this is a step in the right direction because we need it. And you guys got to remember too, this is a big deal because when Street Fighter 5 launched, okay, back in February 2016, I will have that date remembered forever. When it launched, that game had 7 frames of delay. I mean, this stuff was, jeez. I mean, it was just good luck trying to react with all that. I mean, you might think 7 frames isn't a lot, but trust me, guys, it adds up. It does, okay? And then they eventually brought it down to like 4 frames of delay, but then they found out there's like a cycle of input lag that comes up and that goes up and down. So sometimes some moves that you feel are going to be something that you could respond to or you could punish or something, it might not because of how the cycling of the input delay went, and that was nuts. So mind you, that was a different time ago. It's done. It's whatever. But with Street Fighter 6 on the horizon with this new beta, I'm super excited. I don't think I'm gonna be as much as I'm interested in Street Fighter 6, I'm not gonna be getting the beta. I've always had this mindset of a beta is a beta for a reason. When the game is finally ready to go and be released and get introduced to the be released as is, that's when I'll be ready to play the game. If it's not, it's fine. And look, that's just me personally. That's the way I approach betas. But if you're someone that really loves it, man, by all means, get in there. Talk to me about it because I still have questions about the game. I'm still curious on how the game's gonna play and stuff like that, and test things out. But I can wait. I'm fine. I don't have to be there day one building cloud. And look, to everybody who freaking hacked the first one and still kept playing the game even though they shut it down, stop that. Just stop. Like, look, you like the game that you're willing to crack, hack it and keep playing it even after they shut it down. Cool, but look, just chill, man. It's fine. Okay, you got other things to play. You know, don't worry about it. Let it go. Because honestly, what you're doing is you're just learning things that are probably going to be, you know, changed by the next beta before release and whatever. So it's like, yeah, you got something, I guess, if you really want clout. And the thing is, what are you going to do? Stream it or something? You can't. So I really don't know what the point is. Like, look, I'm glad that you're happy for Street Fighter 6 and you want to continue playing it, but like, just chill, dude. Just chill. Go play something else. Go do something. Go for a walk or something. I don't know. Or the kids will say, go outside and go touch grass or something. What else, guys? Oh, a couple more things. So I'm trying to like start the podcast. Well, not start the podcast, but I'm trying to keep the podcast at around the 45 minutes. So bear with me, guys. I'm gonna start aiming for that. I think that's gonna be a sweet spot. So okay. Um, Microsoft to be raising prices on new first party games for Xbox Series X and S to $70 in 2023. Not surprising, right? Guys, as a consumer, there you go. As a consumer, it going up another $10 kind of sucks. Like, fuck, man. Another $10, $70 for a game. But in all honesty, these games are getting bigger. I mean way bigger. Huge. They're getting huge. We know that, right? These people gotta get paid. I understand that. It's either that or you go through the whole free to play practice and you start getting just hit with microtransactions. And I know, you know what, different people have different opinions on microtransactions and DLC. You guys probably know mine by now. If not, we'll talk about it. But it just, games have been at that price, at $60 price range for a long time, and I've been around gaming for a long time. Trust me, guys. I don't want to see it go to 70, but it's just a matter of time when they do, and I won't be surprised. I mean, you've seen Sony already talked about it with God of War Ragnarok on PS5. They kind of had to backtrack a little bit when Horizon Forbidden West came out. They kind of had to eat their hat because they said something and they wanted to raise the prices. And look, these games are just getting big, no matter how you slice it. And that's like the indie games. And kudos to the indie developers. I want them to get paid too, but I think they're a little bit on a different. They're on a little different spectrum when it comes to the AAA, right? Yeah, I mean these teams are getting anywhere between 500, 1,000 people if you just look them up and research. It's a big time business and we know it. But at the end of the day, we just want everybody to get paid for their work, right? So it going up to $70, yeah, for consumer it sucks. But if you think about it realistically, of how much man hours, effort, time is going into these games, so it's one of those necessary things, in my opinion. We'll take it as it is. New Project L update. I think we saw Tom Cannon talk about what's going on before the end of the year with the game, Project L. They introduced some more. I forgot the character's name, Iloli. They talked about how she's coming along. They talked about some of the tag mechanics and how it's going to be working. And man, the way I see it, the more I see it, it's like, man, these guys, These guys are really pouring themselves into this game, and when they really want to make it, they really want to make it something that has something for everybody, and I see that, man. But at the end of the day, me, I just I don't like I don't like how Riot Games does their stuff. That's me personally, and this goes back to the whole microtransactions deal. And I can hear y'all saying it right now. Well, as long as it's not pay to win, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's true, but you know what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna have they're gonna have freaking these FOMO limited skins, and I kind of want to play the game, but I don't feel like, and you're gonna have to sign up for their stuff, and they're gonna, man, I just don't feel comfortable with Riot. That's just me personally, guys. I just do I want to give more information out. Do I? I know your information's already out, Rick. I know, dude. But does that mean I want to give it to more, put it out more, and man? But I will definitely be keeping my eyes on Project L. I'm definitely keeping my eyes on Project L. I don't think I want to play it. I would have felt more comfortable if they would have said, you know what, this game's gonna be a base price of $59.99, and you just come with this, this, and this. I just know when it comes free to play, I know what comes with it. I think we all know what comes with it. We know what strings are attached with when it comes to free to play. Some people are perfectly fine with it. I mean, some people are probably playing free to play games right now, and are having a blast. And I'm not here to tell you not to enjoy it. Enjoy what you want to enjoy, right? It's just I just am so much on the fence about, not even on the fence. I'm on the other side of the fence when it comes to Riot. I just do not like what they do, man. And before we wrap it up, guys, I do want to talk about Elden Ring, because it's not a Rick Project podcast without talking about Elden Ring, right? Elden Ring Colosseum update PvP. So I think if you guys have played the game, or if you've been living on a rock and haven't played the game, throughout the lands between, scattered across, you have Colosseums in Limgrave, Caelid, and in Lindale Capital. So these Colosseums, just look at the trailer. I just kind of watched the trailer once, twice. It was really short. It shows 1v1 PvP. Nice. Okay, cool. Nice dedicated area, place. And it being a free update, new update. It's gonna bring a resurgence to the game. I can't wait to see those numbers, or people coming back to the game. So we saw a 1v1 in a one arena, and the next arena it showed a 1v1 but with Ashen summons. Pretty cool, right? You're gonna see, the fucking excuse me. The meta is gonna be freaking everybody rocking mimic tears, right? Or Black Knife Tish. Um, no, I bet you there's gonna be a summon that undermines that. That's gonna be, it's gonna be rock paper scissors with the Ashen summons. And then on the other arena, it showed 3v3, just complete madness, which it looks good. I'm not much into PvP, guys, but just looking at it, I know there's a couple of times when I go to my friend's Travis' house, and while we're doing our Warhammer figures, he'll just have PvP Elden Ring streamer going on, and just you see all the craziness going on that they're doing, and it's super nuts. It really is. I'm never got into the PvP aspect of Elden Ring. If I'm gonna fight another person, I'm gonna do it on a fighting game. But I could see the appeal to wanting to do the PvP in that game. So it being a free update and adding all this stuff, I'm excited. A lot of people were thinking that this announcement was going to be done during the Game Awards. So, oh, and it's going to be a free update, guys. You guys are listening to this podcast tonight on Tuesday. It'll be available on the 7th on the 7th of December, which will be a Wednesday. So if you guys are fans of Elden Ring, make sure you get this update. Check it out. Even if you don't do like hardcore PvP, I mean, at least get in there and out. And out. I'm gonna do that also, right? I'll even get in there and look around and see what it is, because even though you lose if you lose a match on in Elden Ring with PvP, I've been saying PvP too much. Even if you do lose a match, you don't lose anything. You don't lose an item. Your weapons don't break. You don't get setback or lose experience. So I mean, it's just you just lose some time, and it's fine. You get right back into the game and queue up. And like I said, with the free update, I'm sure it's gonna bring a resurgence back to Elden Ring. So I'm excited. Yeah, a lot of people thought that maybe this would have been announced during Game Awards, but with that being said, maybe they're gonna have another announcement in the Game Awards because traditionally we have seen information from Elden Ring being released at the Game Awards. So that's when I first heard about it 2 years ago. So I'm excited that. Uh, well, I don't know. Was it E3 I first heard about it? I think it's E3 and Game Awards. So I'm hoping maybe they'll still have another announcement for Elden Ring come Thursday. So I'm kind of hoping they have actually like DLC announcement, like paid stuff. And again, I know you guys were talking about Rick, you hate DLC microtransactions. No. DLC I'm fine with. If it's big stuff that you actually are getting your value out of, like big stuff like that actually means something. I'm for it. When it's just they're trying to sell you like BS skins and whatever for like a rainbow skin for your knife on X first person shooter, yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, with Game Awards, hopefully we'll get some more news on that on whatever Elden Ring has in store. I think I saw somewhere that someone leaked an image from the Game Awards, premature, and it had like a whole bunch of announcements for different games. So, and remember, guys, there was a rumor back in the summer about DLC for Elden Ring called the Badlands or something. But that because that's right, Bandai Namco got hacked or something. But that's a big grain of salt. Who knows if that's true or not? But I think that's about it for me, guys. We covered some stuff. We talked about some things. Yeah, I want to start kind of streamlining the podcast, keeping them around the 45-minute mark, maybe a minute or two over and under. And again, guys, the schedule with work has just been super nuts. By the time I get home, it's super late. I'm tired. But I love doing the podcast. I still want to do it. You just gotta take a step back, rearrange, rethink some things, and get it fixed. But um, as for what I got planned for the weekend, maybe do some more Hammer stuff, guys. I've been playing some Age of Sigmar Warcry. It's been fun. I've been brainstorming some armies I want to try out. At first, I was thinking of using all my big heavy hitters, and it works. It On paper, it works out that you have all my big hitters coming weighing in at 995 points, but then when I look at it, I realize there's only like five of them, and if one of them dies, that's 20% of my force. So I kind of like maybe not go so big on some characters. That's my timer, guys. Maybe not go so big on some characters, and maybe get some smaller bodies to be have a bigger presence on the battlefield. But anyways, guys, when that goes through, I'll keep you updated next weekend on how that goes. As for video games, guys, keep playing games, have fun, don't take them too seriously. I know sometimes I come off way too serious on game. It's only because I really like it was one of my main hobbies. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I just really love it. And I just want everybody to have the best experience. And I just hate it when I see companies using all these predatory actions and use it. And at the end of the day, guys, if you're happy buying skins, if you're happy playing games, do it, right? Because that's all that matters. We're here for a little bit of time, and if you just have a good time playing video games, and that's what you want to do, by all means, do it, guys. Guys, I want to say thank you very much for listening, whether you're at work, going to work, or working out. Thank you very much. If you want to help out the channel, please tell your friends about it. If you want to help donate some stuff just to help me, help with the keep the podcast running. That's all. I'm not trying to make money off the podcast. I'm just trying to make it self-sustainable. That's it. So that I won't. That's one less thing I have to worry about. But if you can, great. If you can't, that's understandable. Just tell your friends about it. It's good. It's cool. Guys, play some video games. Have fun. Uh, don't take yourself too seriously like I do. And have a good day. See you guys. Love you. Bye.